What's up, Dance Team World? It's me, Activate, and I'm here coming to you live from Miss Dance Team Minnesota, the #1 high school dance team solo competition in the entire state of Minnesota. They've been around for over 20 years, and I cannot wait to share everything about this cool event. If you've never heard of it before, stay tuned.
I've been a fan of Miss Dance Team Minnesota for many years. Did you know that dance teams in Minnesota are not allowed to travel out of state to any national competitions? I'll get into that more a bit later. Shocking, I know. But for now, I want to talk about the talent at this event, which is strictly for middle school and high school solos and duet trios in the state of Minnesota. Miss Dance Team Minnesota is a 2-day event held at Eastview High School in Apple Valley, Minnesota, just outside of downtown Minneapolis. The facility is completely indoors, and this event is honestly one of the most exciting and supportive high school solo competitions I've ever witnessed. Dancers from teams across the state attend this event in hopes of being named to Team Minnesota. More on that later too. But I also need to mention that Miss Dance Team Minnesota is a regional charter of Miss Dance Drill Team USA, America's first and longest running national dance team competition, featuring the world's most prestigious solo title championship competition. Day 1 starts with 12th grade solo adjudication in the areas of judges interview and technique spotlight. During the interview, dancers are asked an informal question by a panel of judges. Generally, the question is about the dance team world in some way, and after each dancer finishes their interview, they walk down this long hallway to a separate gymnasium space to perform their technique spotlight for a separate panel of judges. Basically, it's a chance for dancers to show off their area of technical strength as well as any tricks or special skills that they may not have incorporated in the actual solo dance routine, which they will perform on day 2. After this part of the competition is done, it's time for duets and trios to take the stage. And I really have to give Miss Dance Team Minnesota production staff so much credit for turning this regular high school gymnasium into a flashy theatrical space with LED lighting and top-tier sound. Awards for duets and trios are announced at the end of day 1, and then a short break before a masterclass workshop provided by one of the coaches from Minnesota. That was one thing I really enjoyed about this event. Since it occurs before the actual dance team season officially begins in Minnesota, coaches are not allowed to hover over their dancers at this event. Each dancer is essentially on their own, and while this might seem scary to coaches and directors from other states, this is just how Minnesota does it. And while coaches aren't allowed to helicopter over the dancers backstage or when on deck, they are allowed to attend the event and support from the audience. Many of them also volunteer as event staff, or in this case, as the teacher for the masterclass opportunity. So it just came across as an event that all Minnesota coaches respect because it's truly about camaraderie. Here's some footage from the masterclass that all participants were allowed to enjoy at the end of day 1.
It's 12 past midnight. Don't close your eyes. Your soul's half alive, and I'll be right beside. I'm gonna take you there, show you how we can. Just be aware that you'll have to share. I want your love. I want it tonight. I'm taking your heart, so don't.
Okay, so day 2 is all about solos in every grade level. There are no interview or technique spotlight requirements for soloists in grades 6 through 11. They get scored on their solo dance routine only. But this is unlike the 12th graders whose interview and technique scores get combined with their dance routine score on day 2. But the big finale is the announcement of the Miss Dance Team Minnesota State Solo Champion, basically the highest scoring 12th grader, and also the announcement of Team Minnesota. Remember when I said that Minnesota dance teams aren't allowed to compete at any nationals out of their own state? Well, that is definitely a thing. The good news is that dancers named to Team Minnesota are allowed to compete as a soloist on the national level at Miss Dance Drill Team USA, held annually in California. It is the world's longest running dance competition after all. Check it out. I'll be going into it in a future episode. But for dancers in Minnesota, this is their only opportunity to receive national recognition and exposure each year. Many of the dancers who make Team Minnesota get scouted by college dance team programs like University of Minnesota, Ohio State, Iowa University, and more. I'd like to thank my good friend and colleague, the legendary Jenny Raish from Minnesota, also the former head coach of the Eastview High School Lightning Dance Team for over 20 years. As the director of Miss Dance Team Minnesota, she's brought the prestige of America's longest-running national dance competition to the best dance team programs in her state. Sadly, the audio from my interview with Jenny was not retrievable after my hard drives were stolen from my car a couple months ago. Thanks for everything, Miss Dance Team Minnesota. Y'all know I'm a huge fan. I'll see you at the Minnesota State Dance Tournament in 2024. I can't wait.